I got digital dash, came right with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Fish back with another video. Today I got y'all boys with something special. Today, all in this one video, I'll be giving you guys the best way to hit 99, going over pretty much everything. Now, y'all probably wondering, this is gonna be just for current gen, this is gonna be just for next gen. I know I just been dropping videos for current gen, but this is gonna be for everybody. There's even gonna be some specific things for current gen, there's gonna be some specific things for next gen, but all in all, I'm gonna give you guys badges, tips, everything that you could need for both generations. And if you stay to the end, you might even get some extra stuff to make it go even faster. But yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, smash breaking the the like button, subscribe if you're new. I know y'all see the time limit, this took forever, but without further ado, man, let's hop straight into it. Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of details. I'm gonna be giving you guys the best settings, important tips. I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of info for finishing, shooting, playmaking, defensive. Give you guys the best 99 overall settings, because on current gen, you have to get to 95 first, then you get to 99, and then you gotta do a whole different type of grind for 99. And then I'm gonna give you guys at the end of the video some badge suggestions that could help you pretty much get badges faster as you're getting these badge points, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing all that in this video. First things first though is going to be the settings. Now, the settings that you want to use when it comes to grinding your badges, you want to be able to play as long as possible and get as much XP in those games as possible. Now, if you're putting this alongside trying to go for like a gym rat from my career, and I know it's a lot of glitches when it comes to gym rat in terms of like the little task that it tries to give you to do, but if you want to just do it from my career, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you right now, you can get gym rat from just playing 40 games in my career and then just playing the playoffs, just winning the championship and getting finals MVP. It's been like that for a couple years now, and it's still been in the game. They've never taken it out, and it's in the game still to this day. So if you want to get gym rat that way, what you can do is just put the games on 5-minute quarters so you can get the games over with as fast as possible, and put the difficulty on Hall of Fame so you can just get as much XP as possible. Now, if Hall of Fame's too hard for you, go Superstar. If Superstar is too hard for you, go All-Star. If All-Star is too hard for you, just keep it on Pro. If you don't know the differences between those 4 different difficulties, they're gonna give you a little bit more XP on the high difficulty you're gonna play on. And the more minutes you play in these games, the more you'll be able to get within these certain games. But if you play on shorter minutes, you'll be able to get through games faster to help you get that gym rat badge a lot faster. So it's really depending on what you're really trying to get faster. Are you trying to get 99 faster? Are you trying to get 99 and get gym rat badge at the same rate? It's really up to you on what you're trying to get. So yeah, it's really up to you on the settings. But what I would do is, when you're going for shooting, I wouldn't go above Pro, to be honest. If you just want to get shooting badges, I wouldn't go above Pro. But if you just pretty much just trying to get your as much XP possible every game, I would put it to Hall of Fame or Superstar. Earlier in the year, I only could play Superstar, but now I can easily play Superstar, or not Superstar, but Hall of Fame. But I can see people saying that Hall of Fame might be a little too hard this year because they did go crazy with the CPU defense. So yeah, I would say Superstar, Hall of Fame. And if you can't do that, just go whatever one feels natural to you, and just put it on as many minutes as possible so you can just get as much PT as possible. It's that simple. All right, next. Now this is a very, very important tip for people that's on current gen. Now when it comes to being on current gen, things you have to understand is, depending on what pie chart you chose, say for instance you chose the all blue pie chart where like pretty much you're only getting blue Hall of Fame, which would be finishing Hall of Fame, or you went like a finishing pie chart where it has a little bit of finishing and a little bit of shooting, but you're only getting finishing Hall of Fame. You're only gonna have finishing Hall of Fame badges on that pie chart, so you need to focus on getting finishing badges on your build. That's gonna get you, it's gonna get you more XP for finishing than any other category for doing finishing things. Such as if you went for shooting, it's gonna be harder to get as much points as you could for finishing. It's that simple. But say for instance you made a playmaking and finishing, now you're gonna be able to get playmaking and finishing at a crazy rate. So yeah, it's so on and so on and stuff like that. When it comes to current gen, you want to make sure that you're focusing on whatever your pie chart is specifically made for, and whatever your pie chart gets Hall of Fame badges for. pretty much that simple. And all right, last but not least, before we hop into the method, when it comes to the My Player Nation, the My Player Nation is gonna get you pretty much double VC and double badge points every single time. Now you're gonna be able to do these games once every game. Now I think there's like some glitches that you can just keep re-rolling and re-rolling these My Player Nation. I don't really know how to do all that. I'm gonna just tell you, take advantage of these. It's pretty much just based off the in real life games. So say for instance you're playing for the Nets and the Nets play on Tuesday and today's Monday, and you didn't play the game from previous, you can still play that game, but you're gonna have to wait till Tuesday to be able to play the next game. If you just want to, you just want to make sure to take advantage of each one of those, because it's just gonna get you that extra VC, that extra XP that you're really gonna need. It's that simple. And all right, let's hop into the method. So when it comes to the best things to get finishing badges, to get finishing XP, it's gonna be contact dunks and catching lobs. Those are the two things I've always told y'all when it comes to getting finishing badges: contact dunks and catching lobs. Now, there's gonna be two different play styles for these things. Now, if you're trying to catch lobs, you're gonna be having to play a lot more off the ball, or you're gonna have to throw yourself lobs on fast breaks. Now, me personally, what I try to focus on when I'm going for finishing, I focus on contact dunks, because I feel like going for contact dunks, I can have more determining factor on that. So what I do is, a lot of the times, now on current gen, I do realize that at the beginning of the year, I was saying next gen is much easier to get, it's much harder to get contact dunks on, because I was saying that the defense is way better and the dunk meter. But now that people have gotten used to the dunk meter, the defense on next gen is still better by a lot. But on current gen, the defense is still way better than it was in previous years, especially for CPUs. And now, even now, it's even harder because a lot of people don't even know how to speed boost. So if you don't really even know how to speed boost, I do actually plan on dropping a contact dunk tutorial and a dribble tutorial soon, so stay tuned for that. But with that being said, when it comes to going for contact dunks, you want to call an ISO and just try to dunk on somebody every single time. Now, is this gonna work every time? No, because you're grinding badges. But as you do it more and more, you put the right dunk packages on, you make your person be as aggressive as possible. What I've learned is on current gen, you gotta make sure you put the right dunk packages on to be able to get as many contact dunk packages as possible, or animations as possible. So you want to make sure that you just keep trying to get as many contact dunks as possible. And contact dunks is not like shooting, it's not like floaters where it's like on a make or miss. And on current gen, you're not gonna be getting 25 contact dunks off rip regardless. So the more you try to keep going at trying to get a contact dunk, the better. Now, there's gonna be some times where you're getting a layup and you're getting blocked. That's not a bad thing. It's not gonna take anything away from you. Now, say for instance, you don't get a contact dunk and you don't get a blocked. Maybe sometimes you make a layup. Maybe sometimes you make a dunk. That also goes into your XP, but you're really trying to do that for contact dunks. But as you do it more and more, you're gonna get more and more contact dunks when it comes to doing the ISO. Now, a lot of the times when you're doing the ISO, you gotta understand how to get contact dunks. So I'm not gonna go into full detail on how to get contact dunks, but you want to call ISO, make sure that you got people spread out as much as possible. Most of the time there's going to be somebody on the left block, and most of the time there's going to be people on the right block. When you're driving to get past your defender, you're going to notice either one of the person on the left block or one of the person on the right block is going to step up. Whoever the one is that steps up, that is going to be the harder person to contact dunk. So you're going to want to try to contact dunk the person that doesn't step up. That is going to be actually allow you to dunk more, it's gonna allow you to make more layups, and it's gonna allow you to get more contact dunks, because a lot of times with those people that's stepping up, they're stepping up and making sure that you don't even get an animation to even happen. Now, as you get your posterizer up, as you're getting badges, it's gonna become easier to get contact dunks. As you get other badges like limitless takeoff, so that you finish here, as you keep getting badges, it's gonna become easier to get these contact dunks. Now, less on contact dunks, more on lobs. Now, when it comes to lobs, if you're playing off ball, you can do pick and rolls. You can just go set screens and keep rolling. You can play off ball and roll and just spam for the lob. They'll throw it. Now, sometimes you won't catch it, but for the times you do catch it, it will give you the XP. And it's kind of similar to contact dunks. It's not based off of make or miss. It's just gonna tell you, determine how many times you've done it. So you can do it like that. But what I do based off my contact dunks, and then on my fast break, since there's not gonna be nobody on the fast break, I do a self lob. And self lobs count the same way as if somebody else threw it to me. So That's the kind of way I do it. But if you want to do pretty much like play off the ball and just keep trying to catch lobs all game, I mean, that is definitely a way you could do it. But I kind of feel like, I don't even know if it's easier. I feel like I just have more fun grinding my build, because grinding a build, regardless, it takes time. So yeah, that's just kind of what I do. But yeah, if you just feel like you get past the caps, because the caps on both of those is around 20 to 25. If you do those, you get to that number, which is pretty hard to do in this game. I'm gonna be real with you. It's pretty hard to do in this game. But if you just somehow get past those numbers, what will end up happening every single time you do that certain thing, like every single time you do a content dunk, instead of probably getting the max XP for that content dunk, it's now gonna be lowered a lot. So you're gonna want to start moving into other things. So maybe if you did 20 content dunks, now you want to just start trying to spam to catch lobs or finish lobs. Or maybe then you want to start doing acrobatic layups. The acrobatic layups get you a lot of XP too. Acrobatic layups, floaters, they get you a lot of XP. But the thing about these is, it's based off how many times you make or miss. And like I said, this is a game where the CPUs actually play a lot smarter defense. So if you're playing on a higher difficulty, it's going to be a lot harder to have a really high percentage on making those. So it's really depending on how good you are at the game on a lot of this stuff. But yeah, what I would say is content dunks, catching lobs, and making sure that you do Euros and floaters. And all right, now for the method for shooting badges. Now, when it comes to getting shooting badges, the fastest way is limitless range threes and off the dribble shots. Now, off the dribble shots could be any type of shot creator move. Hop steps, that count. Dribble pull-ups, that count. And dribble or spin jumpers, that also counts. But if you don't know, I feel like this is not as easy on current gen as it is on next gen, but post fades is actually probably the easiest way. But like I said, on the finishing, that's just not that fun for me. I just can't sit around all day and just keep doing a post fade. I don't know why, but if you want to just get your stuff as fast as possible, just go into my career and just post fade. But that is going to be based off of making or missing. But the reason why that's so overpowered is because it's kind of like a hard thing for the CPU to consistently contest, especially if you get really good at it. So yeah, if you put the right post fade on and everything, you're going to be really good and really overpowered. Now it's better on next gen because there's not really a post fade attribute, and the mid range and post fade and all that is all one attribute when you're putting up your attributes. On current gen, you have to make a mid range and you have to put up your post fade. Now there are builds that actually have post fade up. So if you did do that, post fade is going to help you get shooting badges, and that's actually the fastest way to get shooting badges. But with that being said, you want to really, if you're not really focusing on post fades, limitless threes, and off the dribbles. Now, depending on what you're best at, if you're actually that crazy, you can try to go for off the dribble 3-pointers and off the dribble limitless threes. That's going to get you double the points. But if you're not the best, this is what I do. Pretty much, I call for a pick and roll, and really what I want to do is I want to throw the lob, but we're going to get into that later. But if I'm just strictly trying to get threes off, I'm going to just keep running and just trying to get a 3 off, get as open as I possibly can to get a 3. Now, the jump shot I'm using is slow, but if you put on base 3, you're going to be able to get a 3 off a lot of the time and be wide open. So, yeah, no, and on the build I'm using in the video, at this point, I didn't even have my badges. So, just got to think about that also. If I had, like, Hall of Fame quick first step, I'll obviously be a lot faster, too. So, it's a lot of things to go into play. But, yeah, if you want to just do it with picks, you can do it with picks. But a lot of times you want to do it with picks where the center isn't going to switch. If you're doing it with picks and the center's going to switch, that's not really when you want it. So if the center's switching, then you have to try to do an ISO. And what I do when I'm doing the ISO is I pretty much run away and try to go downhill, because it's kind of inconsistent with trying to go like a speed boost to the left and try to get as fast as possible and be able to do what I'm trying to do. What I try to do is go downhill and do a hop back. And what happens a lot of times, I get wide open. And if you put it on a lower difficulty, the contest is going to be lower a lot of the times, or a majority of the times. And in this video, I didn't even have the badges. And as you get more badges, it's going to become easier to hit these shots, and it's going to be able to get more contested shots, and you're going to be able to put the difficulty up. And as you put the difficulty up, you're going to get more XP. Now, when it comes to everything on shooting, everything is based off of make or miss. So the more you miss, the less XP you get. The higher your percentage is, the more XP you get for how many you made. So really important to make sure that you're not missing too much, whether you're focusing on limitless range threes, focusing on post fades, focusing on anything off dribble pull-ups, spin jumpers, hop jumpers, whatever it could be, or even you're combining the two, doing off the dribble 3-pointers from limitless range to get the most XP possible. Either way, you don't want to miss at all. The more you miss, the less XP you get, and that makes a big toll. It takes a big toll on how much XP you get, and I'm gonna tell you, I cannot warn you enough on that. So that's what I'll tell you. All right, so for the method for the playmaking. Now, when it comes to the playmaking, I'm gonna be honest with you. The playmaking is honestly the easiest one. Now, the only thing about the playmaking is the CPUs can get a little wild with them steal animations. They can go a little crazy. But if you get the right matchups, a lot of the times you play on the right teams, you're gonna be straight. Now, one thing I tell y'all boys about the playmaking, this is specifically for the playmaking. You go to the next, whether you're on current gen, whether you're on next gen, and you have KD on the floor, James Harden on the floor, and Kyrie, the CPU will pretty much never help off, and you'll have wide open lobs to Claxton, Blake Griffin, whoever else is on the floor with you at that point. It's gonna be free lobs. I cannot make it up. Now, what I do a lot of the times, I actually end up throwing lobs to KD. I don't know why that works the best, but it seems like when I get people to switch, I'm gonna have a wide open lob, and they don't help a lot. So that works a lot for me. But what you really want to do is you want to have KD play off ball, James Harden play off ball, Kyrie play off ball, and go for as many lobs as possible. Now, when it comes to getting playmaking badges, as if you didn't realize, lob assists and flashy pass assists are gonna get you the most XP. Now, flashy pass assists you put on special delivery is gonna help your teammates hit more off of flashy passes, and you put diamond alongside that, it's gonna make it even easier, and so on and so on and so on. So it's really up to you on what you want to go for more. Also, special delivery helps you pretty much pass lobs and get a higher frequency. So if you feel like you're having a issue with how much it's actually being successful and stuff like that, you might want to put on that badge. It's that simple. But yeah, when it comes to going for lobs, it's just a simple pick and roll. Now, with some people, you want them to use the screen. Like when I play with KD, I want him to set a screen. But with some bigs, you want them to set a screen to where like the heavy side is, and you don't want to use the screen. You just want to go straight back towards the goal, because when you're going straight back towards the goal, that's going to count as an attacking. And when you get attacking assist on top of a pick and roll assist, on top of a lob assist, you're getting 3 times the amount you probably would or should be able to get. So yeah, if you get that to be consistent, you're gonna get a lot of XP. You're gonna get a lot of XP, and that's really all it is to it. In my opinion, playmaking is the most lucrative out of all 4 categories when it comes to getting XP. Defensive, if you're just crazy crack, that's probably the best. But the thing is about defense, a lot of that stuff on defense is method, but a lot of it is lucky too. So that's what I'll say about that. But yeah, honestly, lobs is by far the easiest thing to do, in my opinion. But after lobs, there is a cap. Just like for everything, there's a cap. It's around 25. Now, I didn't go over that on shooting, because on shooting, it's based off of making a miss. And it's not going to be too crazy, because you're not going to change too much even after the cap. But on playmaking, you're going to just pretty much start throwing flashy passes, or you can just keep throwing lobs. What I do personally, I just keep throwing lobs regardless. And I still get a lot of XP regardless, whether I'm getting as many playmaking badges or just helping my overall. It's that simple. So yeah, playmaking, 9 times out of 10, I'm going with a lob. And whether you're going for a pick and roll using the screen or not using the screen, you got to make sure that you're on the right team. A lot of factors go into play on being able to throw lobs at a really efficient rate. And for the defensive badge method, when it comes to getting the most defensive badges, it's really simple. I'm gonna be real with you. When it comes to guards, you really want to focus on steals. Now, if you're a guard, you can have chase down artists on and try to get blocks with that. But when it comes to defense, I'm gonna be honest with you. Defense is really based off of stats. You want to get as many steals, you want to get as many blocks, you want to get as many rebounds. That's what I do, and it gets me a lot of XP off that. Now, there's other factors, yeah. Like, there's like small things, like when you're doing a box out, that counts as physical contact. Like some things that count for physical contact, that gives you XP for that. You can do, it's not screens, I think it's screen assist, but I think that counts for playmaking. But yeah, it's a lot of different things you can do on defensive to get more XP, and there's a lot of different types of steals, just like there's a lot of different types of blocks. Now, there's not really different types of rebounds, but rebounds is gonna get you more. Now, when it comes to the different types of blocks, if you get a chase down block, that's gonna give you extra XP than just a regular block. If you get a poke ball loose, that's gonna be different from if you get a tip pass. And when you get a poke ball loose and you get a steal, that's gonna be 2 for 1. So you're gonna get the poke ball loose XP and you're gonna get the steal XP. So say for instance, you don't poke a ball loose, but you just pick up a ball, or somebody just loses the ball, you get a bump steal, you're just gonna get steal for that. If you poke the ball loose and you get a steal, you get 2 for 1. If you get a tip pass and you steal the ball, that's 2 for 1. If you get a tip and you don't steal the ball, you still get the tip pass. So you're getting XP for all that stuff. Same thing with blocks. Chase down artists, you get a chase down block, you get a regular block, it's all gonna count for 2. A lot of that type of stuff. Now, when it comes to rebounding, it's obvious. Just get as many rebounds as you possibly can. Big man, a lot of times on big man, I say this all the time, big man, y'all just gotta play y'all role. If it's a big man, you know what you're supposed to do. A big man, you get a lot of rebounds, you're gonna dunk a lot, you're gonna block a lot of shots. It's pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory of what big man should do. Just get a lot of block shots, get a lot of rebounds. Guards, steal a lot of shots, steal a lot of passes, be menacing on defense. What I like to do a lot of times, I like to put it in 2-3 and play full court, make my clamps go crazy so I can get some bump steals. Maybe I can get some poke ball loose. Sometimes I put it into a zone so I can be able to play off ball and be able to get some passing lane steals and give me some fast breaks like that, so I can get finishing and defensive sometimes. So it's really dependent on what you want to do with that. There's a lot of different ways you can do that, but what I would say, just make sure you focus on those 3 things: steals, blocks, and rebounds, and you'll be perfectly fine. Alright, next is going to be the 99 overall method. Now, when it comes to the settings to hitting 99, when it comes to the settings to hit 99, you want to put it on the easiest settings and the shortest length of games, because you just want to get these games as fast as possible, because you want to get your 99.9 rating and get to the next game. So you want to be on 5-minute quarters, which is the shortest length you can be on, and pro difficulty, which is the easiest difficulty. It's just gonna make the games that much easier to get your stats, and the difficulty doesn't matter when it comes to going from 95 to 99. Now, if you're trying to get more badges at this point, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you can keep it up higher, but I would just go pro, 5-minute quarters to just get to 99.9 and get to the next game. It's that simple. Now, for the method to hit 99, now with that being said, when it comes to hitting 99 in the game, it's a big difference from 99 on current gen and 99 on next gen. On next gen, you go all the way from 85 to 99 if you want to. On current gen, you go 85 to 95, and then you gotta get that 99.9 after every single game. So with that being said, in these games, what you want to do is, like, it's pretty much been the same every single year. At the park, you could pretty much, it was supposed to be based off if you win or lost. Now, there's been games where you play amazing and you lose, and you can lose your overall. And there's been games where you play good and you can still lose your overall. So it's really wishy-washy with that. But what you can do on my career, pretty much, get your takeover, and when you get your takeover, you can just sim to the rest of the game and you'll get your 99.9. Now, obviously, you have to sim the rest of the game in the second half, so some people foul out. Me personally, I just play that rest of that quarter out or half and just get to the second half and sim and exit, because I still want to win the game and I still want to get crazy stats. But a lot of people, they just foul out, sim that game, and they still get their 99.9. Now, if you feel like that doesn't work for you, and what I've noticed, actually, recording this video, that doesn't work on all my builds, but I realized that was dependent on the takeover. So if you feel like that's not really working for you, what you can do is what I used to do before I figured out that takeover stuff. Pretty much try to get your takeover. That can be a check mark. Get as high of a teammate grade as possible. That can be another check mark. Make sure to limit your fouls. Fouls is a big one. And make sure to limit your turnovers. And another thing, win the game. Get as many stats as possible, score as many points as possible, get as many assists as possible. Now, if you're going for teammate grade, maybe you're getting as many assists as possible, because assists get you a lot of teammate grade. So yeah, it's a lot of things that can go on in the game. Make sure you're playing defense and you're not getting leave assignments, because leave assignments can stack and really destroy your teammate grade. So yeah, you do want to pay attention. Now, I know a lot of people don't really care about teammate grade, but yeah, I feel like teammate grade doesn't determine it a lot. But if you don't want to do that, and the takeover part works for you, where you just get takeover and just sim the rest of the game, you can do that also. That's also another method you can do. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'll say when it comes to hitting 99 on NBA 2K22, and I've went over pretty much everything for like tips, my player nation, pretty much every category to hit 95, and even went over settings for both 95 and 99 and a method for 99. All we got left to go over is the best badge suggestions to help you get even more badges as you're gaining the badges from using such method. Alright, so when it comes to the best badge suggestions, I'm gonna go in order. I'm not gonna give y'all pretty much the best badges in the game. I'm gonna just give you guys the badges that's gonna help you pretty much do what it is that gets the most XP, which would be for finishing, contact dunks, lobs, when it comes to shooting, threes and off the dribbles, playmaking, lobs, and defense, steals, blocks, and rebounds. So when it comes to the finishing, badges gonna obviously help you get more contact dunks, lobs. Obviously the two badges that's gonna help you the most, posterizer and lob city finisher. Posterizer is just literally made to get you more contact dunks, and then you have lob city finisher, which is strictly to help you finish more lobs. So those are two obvious badges that's gonna help you. Then you have other badges like limitless takeoff that's gonna help you. On current gen, celebrity finisher is amazing towards helping you get more contact dunks. And when I say it's amazing, you're gonna see a substantial difference. And yeah, if you're a person that's doing like the acrobatic stuff, you can also go for a badge like acrobat. You can also go for a badge like unshipable. Believe it or not, that does help you make acrobatic layups, because a lot of the times on those acrobatic layups, when you're going through traffic, you will lose the ball. You put unshipable on, you now won't lose the ball in those situations, and that helps you keep your teammate grade up a lot of the times. So it's gonna help a lot of things. So yeah, another thing when it comes to this badge method, if you feel like getting blocked is just annoying, throw on Giant Slayer, you're gonna get blocked less. It's a lot of badges you could really say. Fearless Finisher is another great badge that you could put on and it'll help. But yeah, those are the badges I would say. Now if you're a big man, Rise Up obviously will help you a lot. Fast Twitch will help you a lot, but those are the badges I would pretty much keep it down to for the finishing. Now for the shooting. Now when it comes to the shooting, depending on your spotting up or just dribbling, I would think you're dribbling. Maybe you're spotting up and like doing the jab that people do sometimes. But yeah, if you're spotting up, limitless spot up. But what I would pretty much say, use Chef. That's gonna allow you to shoot like you got takeover, like sharp takeover, and it's gonna allow you to shoot from pretty deep. And I honestly feel like this badge makes sharp takeover not nearly as necessary as it was last year. So yeah, Chef for sure, a great badge for people to have on. Another badge, Sniper, very good to help you just hit more whites. You don't want to miss, so that's gonna be a badge to really just help you just not miss in general, and it helps you get more greens, so why not? Green Machine gets you more greens, obviously. Hosel Hunter help you not miss. Another badge is just gonna help you hit more shots. Pretty much all the badges that's gonna help you hit shots. That's simple. Say for instance you're shooting early in the shot clock, lucky number 7 might be good for you. I don't feel like I'm ever in close games in this, so clutch shooter really does nothing for me. Maybe it does for you. You can try that if you want to. But yeah, there's a lot of badges like contest badges, but a lot of times those contest badges, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be very necessary. So for instance, if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you're gonna need blinders, you're gonna need dead eye, you're gonna need mismatch expert. So yeah, you can also throw those on. So yeah, you really can't go wrong with a lot of badges on the shooting. It just really depends on which ones you're really going for more. Do you want to negate the contest more than helping you shoot, or do you want something that's just gonna help you shoot as much as possible? So for the spot ups, obviously you're gonna be using stuff like catch and shoot, corner specialist, and limitless spot up. But for the people that's, you know what I'm saying, dribbling, you're gonna use all the badges I said. And another one that's very, very overpowered and very needed, stop and pop. That's actually a very important badge that I cannot forget. All right, next is going to be the playmaking. Now for the playmaking, there's badges that's gonna help playmaking, and there's badges that's gonna pretty much help everything else for the offensive categories. First badge, quick first step. This is gonna help you get more contact dunks. This is gonna help you pretty much get more open shots for threes. It's gonna help you do pretty much anything you're trying to do on offense. Even help you get more lobs. If you want to get for the badge to help you get more lobs, I went over this when I was going over the badge method. Pretty much special delivery, very, very important to have that on. Special delivery is a great badge to help you get more lobs, help you pretty much your teammates hit more shots off flashy passes. So whichever one of those things you're doing, it's gonna make a big difference. Dimer, gonna help your teammates hit more shots. So if you're trying to do the flashy, that's gonna be a big deal. There's a lot of badges you can throw on. Bullet passer is another badge. Needle threader is another badge for in case like you feel like you're dealing with a lot of people like trying to steal the pass. Those 2 badges are very nice to have on. Handles for days. People don't understand how important handles for days can be. Handles for days is pretty important to have. Why? Because there's not really too many badges on offense to cancel out the stamina issue. I don't think there is one on shooting. The only one I know on finishing is Fearless Finisher, but that's really for only contact layers. But I feel like it does more than what it says. It's kind of like Slitty Finisher. But yeah, that's what I would say about the playmaking. Playmaking, definitely, you want to make sure that you use those badges for sure. Unpluckable, but like, if you just don't want to get ripped and you don't want your teammate grade, that's why you would throw that on, to be honest. But it's not gonna help you get badges. And for the defensive badge suggestions, to help you get more badges, it's gonna be stuff to help you get more steals, stuff to help you get more blocks, stuff to help you get more rebounds. Rebound chaser, obviously you're gonna need that to get more rebounds. Maybe you want to get put on a box to help you get those extra like physical contact stuff to help you get stuff like that. Worm is gonna help you too. So if you want to put on box and worm for those type of things, brick wall for those type of things, just to get physical contact, those physical contact wins or whatever, body up wins, whatever it's called, that can help you too. But what I would say, rebound chasers, that's gonna help you get more rebounds. Rim protector, that's gonna help you get more blocks. Chase down artist, that's gonna help you get more chase down blocks. Pickpocket, that's gonna help you get more. Poke ball loose. Interceptor is gonna help you take more passes, and ball stripper is gonna also help you get more poke ball loose. So all those badges are gonna add up to help you get more badges. Now, real quick, I want to make sure to reference this. You don't need any of these badges I just said. They're just gonna help you get more. They're gonna help you get more for when you are earning. You're not gonna be doing these methods and not getting no badges. You're gonna get badges as you're doing this method, and as you get more badges, you're gonna know what badges to put on as you're doing this method. So yeah, that's pretty much what I say. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed or got any help from this video, I need y'all boys right now to smash break and store the like button. Hit that sub button if you're new. Everybody new to the channel, hit that sub button right now. I really would appreciate it. Turn on notifications to be the first every single my video. Share this video to anybody, and I mean anybody you think would help. There's a lot in this video. I gave y'all stuff for current gen, I gave y'all stuff for next gen, tips that you can use pretty much anywhere that you are on 2K22. I feel like this was an important video. I probably should have dropped sooner, now that 2K is kind of free for a lot of people, whether it's PlayStation or Xbox. But yeah, it really is what it is. But yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, comment down below to help with the algorithm, all that good stuff out the way. Without further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and out to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Alright, so when it comes to doing this glitch, now, if you want to do it on a build that you already have, now on a lot of the builds I was doing it, I wasn't a starter. Just try to sim to the end. If it doesn't let you sim at all, then you really can't do it. But if it lets you sim to the end of the season, you can do this glitch on any of your builds. It's that simple. So, all you gotta do to start it off is sim to the end of the season. Now, if you make the playoffs, it's gonna be an extra step, but if you don't, it's gonna be easier for you. Now, if you've made the playoffs like mine did, what I ended up doing, I just went to the game, sim to the end, went to the game, sim to the end. You can play them, you can do whatever you want. All you're really trying to focus is getting it to the off season. So do all you can to get to the off season, whether you want to play these games or sim to the end. Now, I sim to the end, it took me an extra 30 minutes doing that. And I went to multiple rounds. Now, if you sim to the end and you only do one round, that could be like 5-10 minutes, depending on how fast and how focused you was. I wasn't too focused. I was just I was doing a lot of stuff at the same time. So it's really depending on you how fast you want to do that. All right, next, when you get to the point where that season is over, it's going to be to a point where you either won or you lost a series. Now, it really doesn't matter which one it is. It's going to be to a point where at the end of that schedule, it's going to show the NBA logo, and if you click on it, it's going to say complete season. You want to wait. If you're on PlayStation, you either close the app or you do some extra stuff. It's a lot of extra stuff you got to do on PlayStation, I'm be real. But if you're on Xbox, all you got to do is close the app. Literally, that's it. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is close the app. All right, now, when it comes to after closing the app, all you got to do now is load the game back up. Click back on the player that you were doing the glitch on. Alright, next, when you load the player back up, all you're going to do now is complete that season. Just go ahead, click yes to complete the season. Click through all the screens. It's going to be showing you like the MVP, like first team, all that. Just click through all that, and then you're gonna be at a screen that's asking you, do you want to enter the free agency or do you want to resign? Now, if your team that you're on has a game that day, you can resign. But if your team doesn't, just go to free agency. What I usually do, I just always go to free agency and I can just choose whatever. Now, once you go to free agency, you're going to have the option of pretty much every team. It's going to be a little bit more difficult doing it as a player that you already have, but I'm going to be real. You're going to have the option of pretty much any team, and now you have to do a contract negotiation. Now, what you can do on these contract negotiations, depending on how many games you play, you're going to be able to get a lot more VC than I have. So, you're going to be able to negotiate the contract that you're getting, whether you want to get more minutes, whether you want to get more VC doing these games. Another little key note that you want to know when it comes to these negotiations, you want to make sure that you don't ask for too much, because if you ask for too much, they'll just back out completely. Now, what you can do is, I'm going to show you guys a step that you can just reset it back to where you're at the complete season, so that you can just redo it all and just have that team at all times. But just don't need to worry about that. Just go to another team, negotiate the contract. Just don't ask for too much and make sure that they're playing that day in real life. Alright, so when the deal gets done, all you got to do now is scroll over to play next game, scroll down to My Player Nation, click on that game, and you're going to play that game. This game is going to get you double VC and double the My Points. This is the game that we're going to be doing a glitch on. Now, in this game, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to play this game, go as crazy as possible. Now, if you want to go for lobs to get as much XP as possible, lobs and finishing is pretty much the best way to get XP. But if you're trying to get finishing badges, you want to get shooting badges, playmaking badges, defensive badges, whatever you want to do, you're going to want to do that in this game. Now, after you finish playing that game, all you're going to do now is let the XP and VC load up. As soon as you see the XP and the VC, the My Points, the badges, all that finish, as soon as it gets to the VC and you see it's done doing it, all you're going to do is press the Xbox, scroll down to NBA 2K22, go to Manage Games and Add-ons, go to Save Data, then you're going to click on whatever account you're doing the glitch on, delete the save data from console. Do not delete it from everywhere. You delete it from everywhere, you're deleting all your builds. You delete it from the console. That's all you want to do. After that, you're just going to reload the game back up, because that will crash. That will pretty much close the game for you. You don't want to close the game. That's the last thing you want to do. What you want to do, you want that to close your game when you're saving. When you're deleting the save data from your console, that's going to be what's closing your game. You want to do it like that. If you close the game, you will mess it up. Trust me, I did that the first time doing it, and it messed it up. Now, once you've loaded the game back up, you're going to be clicking back on the player you did the glitch on. Now you're going to be back on the screen where it asks you to complete the season. If it's saying that you can, is back at the screen where you just finished the season on that last season, you're going to click complete season, click through all those screens. That point, you know you did it right when you're back at complete season. And the way this glitch works is, bro, you pretty much can do a My Player Nation game unlimited amount of times. Well, it's limited because only amount of times you can do it. It depends on how many games are on that day, like in real life. And it depends on a lot of different things, such as the teams you do. So pretty much the way it works is you cannot play the same game twice. So whether you're on the team that you're playing on or against, yeah, I thought it would work where like you can play as the team that you're playing on in that My Player Nation game, and then maybe you want to play as the team that you're playing against in that My Player Nation game if you want to do it. But no, it doesn't work like that. You literally only can do, so say for instance, if there's 3 games, instead of you having the option of use all 6 teams, you only get the option of using 3 games for that day. So that's pretty much how it works. Now, well, is this a easy little glitch? Yes, in my opinion. And the only thing it is, you can do this every single day and you'll get a lot more VC, a lot more XP than you regularly would get in them regular games, in a shorter span as well, because these are just 5-minute quarter games where you're getting double VC and double badge points. So yeah. And now once you load that up, get done choosing whatever team you want to do for the next time. If you want to check to see if the badges and the attributes, if it gave you what you got, you know what I'm saying? Now you can do that, and you will see that it gave you the badge, it gave you the attributes that you earned from that game. And then all you gotta do is just keep repeating that, like I said, until you run out of games to do for that day, and then You just can't do it anymore, and then you just gotta wait the next day. Pretty similar to the last glitch from last year. The only thing that's different this year, you literally have to play every single time. So yeah, the glitch last year was better, but this glitch is actually very helpful as well. It's just not nearly as good as last year. That's what I'll say.
Nigga, is that dead Michael Jackson? That is so f***ed up.
Just wait till they find out.
Hey man, now I know I hit 100K, but the grind ain't stopped. And some of you niggas still ain't hitting that subscribe button. Somehow, still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos still aren't subscribed. And imagine the number we be at if y'all just hit that sub button. So subscribe! Alright, so now that we got the starter method, now, this is for people that can't sim or that's trying to make a new build. So, this is the new build method. Now, this one is a lot more simple. All you're gonna do to start it off is just make your build. Whatever build you're trying to do it on, if there's a build that you don't have that you wanna grind and get to 99 or whatever you're trying to do, make that build. Once you're finished making the build, skip the prelude. Alright, so next, when you skip the prelude, it's gonna take you to the teams. It's gonna take you to a screen where you have all the teams shown on there. Before you choose the team, make sure to close the app. This is going to be the same screen you want to come back to, just like when you're at the complete season on the other build. After you close app, just load the game back up, click back on the player that you were doing the glitch on. Again, just like you were doing in the free agency, now you're going to be choosing a team that has a game in real life, but you're not going to have to negotiate. You can just choose whatever team that's playing in real life. And this one is a lot simpler. I'm going to be real with you. Now, you can do this glitch with a 60 overall. You can upgrade your player, get all the animations, all that good stuff. You can do all that on this build. I'm gonna be real with you. You can do all that on this build. The only thing I'll say is every single time you do the glitch, you're gonna have to put the animations on every single time. But the attributes will stay. Now, if you do the glitch, it'll say it's a 60, but when you get back on the build, check your attributes, it'll say it's an 85 every single time, and you'll keep earning the badges. You'll keep being able to put the badges on now. If you lock the badges, it'll actually save the badges for you and all that type of stuff. But yeah, you can just keep redoing the glitch and stuff like that. So don't even worry about it. If you don't want to do it on the 60, yes, you can upgrade your build. You can keep putting on badges, all that good stuff. Alright, now whenever you're ready to play the game, all you're gonna do is scroll over to play next game, scroll down to my player nation, click on the game. Now, once the game is loaded up, all you're gonna do is pretty much play that game and go as crazy as possible. Again, if you wanna get as many finishing, you wanna get as many shooting, you wanna get as many playmaking, you wanna get as many defensive, go for it. That's what you want to do on this, and that's what you're doing this for. You're doing a badge glitch. Now, as well as you're doing a badge glitch, you're getting double badge points, but also double VC. So every single time you do this, you're supposed to be getting VC as well. As soon as that game is over and you're seeing that my points, the badges, all that type of stuff, and then you see the X, or not the XP, but the VC finish. As soon as you see the VC finish, what you're gonna want to do, as soon as you see that, hit the home button, scroll down to hit 2K, go to manage game and add-ons, go to save data, click on whatever account you're doing the glitch on, delete save data from console, not from everywhere. If you delete it from everywhere, it will delete all your builds. Just delete it from console. After you're done with all that, it will crash your game, load the game back up. Click back on the player you're doing the glitch on. If it allows you to choose a new team again, like when you came out of making your build, you did the glitch right. And all you gotta do, just like if you're doing on a regular player, it's a lot similar like this because you don't have to go through all them screens. All you gotta do is go back to picking your team, and you can just pick a team, any team that played that day. Just like on the other one, you're gonna have to pretty much pick a team that you didn't play or didn't play as. It only can play the amount of games that's going on today. So you know how there could be 4 games, but there's 8 teams playing that day. You're only gonna be able to play 4 games. So say for instance, if you played as the Nets and they're playing the Grizzlies, you're not gonna be able to play as the Nets or the Grizzlies again that day. You'll have to wait until they play another day. It's that simple. Now, after you get done with all that, if you want to check the attributes, check the badge, this is the time to do all that. If you want to put on your animations, put on the attributes, put on the badge, this is the time to do all that. But yeah, right after that, all you're going to do is do all that stuff again. Click on the game, play the game, get as much XP, get as much VC as possible. When you're done with that game, you're going to be deleting save data. So yeah, you're pretty much going to be having to replay every single time. So yeah, like I said, it's not as good as the other glitch, but it's a lot better than just playing regular. So it's more of a exploit kind of, but it is a glitch with the fact that you can just keep re-choosing teams every single day. So yeah, it's really up to you. But yeah, another thing about this glitch is you actually could play, I don't know if you can play park doing this glitch. I haven't really tested that. So you may not be able to, you may be able to play rec, you may be able to play park. I'm not sure if that saves or not. But yeah, that's pretty much the glitch for if you have trying to do it on a build you already have. That's one thing I think that could make this glitch might be better than last year, because last year, every single time you did the glitch, you had to do it on a new build. This year, you can do it on a new build, or you can do it on a build you already have. Now, the build that you already have is a little bit more complicated. It's a little longer of a glitch to do. But the fact that you can do it on a build that you already have kind of does make it arguable that it's better than last year. Now, the new build version is nowhere near in comparison to last year, but I will say that it's better than just playing by it. So yeah, that's what I'll say when it comes to the glitches on current gen. So yeah, current gen glitches, they're not too crazy, but it's a lot better than playing regular. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the glitch. Alright, for the next version of this glitch, the next version is quite simple. It's gonna be the City Slam. Now, if you've heard of the City Slam, you probably know that these is kind of like the warehouse challenges. Whereas, like, you're gonna be going against like NBA players sometimes, all different types of things, and it's just gonna be challenges that you can do. Now, the thing about the City Slam is it's a lot more games that you can play, and it's a lot more different types of challenges. When it comes to the Chris Brickley gym, it's literally just you gonna be playing these games just trying to win. And these warehouse challenges or the City Slams, it's gonna be challenges where you have to meet. Like, say for instance, you might have to get a certain amount of rebounds, or a certain amount of assists, or a certain amount of points, or you have to win by a certain amount. So these challenges is gonna make these games a little bit harder to complete and actually accomplish. Another thing when it comes to these City Slams challenges, there's gonna be a set of 5 games, and there's gonna be 4 different places you can do it. You can do it for every affiliation. No matter what affiliation you are, you can do it for all 4 affiliations, and there's a set of 5. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna be able to have another set of 5, and there's gonna be 3 different sets of challenges. So then that's gonna be like the championship, where you're gonna be having to do the 2v2, the 3v3, and the 4v4. And there's gonna be another 5 set for each of those as well. Alright, so now that we got all that out the way, let's explain how to do the glitch. So, when it comes to doing the glitch, all you're gonna be doing, this is kind of more of an exploit, but I'm gonna be real with you, it's way better than any other badge glitch I'm gonna show you guys for either current gen or next gen. It's just way easier. Now, when it comes to doing this, all you're gonna do is just go get it started to do the City Slam. What you have to do, you have to be able to talk to the dude that be in your apartment. You have to get all that stuff out the way for like the NBA, and then after a certain point in time, he's gonna offer you a thing to be able to do the City Slam. Once you do that, all you're gonna do now is just go talk to every single affiliation. You're gonna go to every city affiliation like rooftop, and you're gonna have to talk to like one of the special NPCs that's gonna be up there. Alright, once you've done that, you don't even have to talk to all of them. You can just go to one and you'll be able to do it. Now, the one that you'll be able to do the first is going to be whatever your affiliation is. If you don't want to do your affiliation because maybe you have to do more games, like the one I did in this video, it took me 3 games to be able to have the actual requirement besides just winning the game. So maybe you want to do a different affiliation than I did, because most of these affiliations are only going to take 2 games. I feel like I did the one that took 3. So yeah. But whenever you get to that rooftop that you plan on doing, all you're gonna do now is just play that game. Play that first game. All you're gonna do is play that first game. It's most likely gonna be like a no requirements type game. And all you're gonna do is just get that game over as fast as possible. Yes, in this game, you can try to get as much XP as possible. And you're gonna notice, in comparison to the other glitch I showed you, you're getting way more XP. You can get up to 20,000 XP on these every single game. And you can be going through these as fast as possible. So yeah. Then once you're done with that game, all you're gonna do now is talk to the same person you talked to start the last game. You're gonna want to start this next game. Now, this next game, depending on what affiliation you're at, you're gonna either be having the ability to, you know what I'm saying, have a requirement, or you're just gonna have a really easy win the game type requirement. If you have a win the game type of requirement, all you're gonna do is treat it like the first game. It's that simple. When you're in that game, you can try to go for as much badge points, or just go for it, getting the game over as fast as possible. This is not the point of the glitch. Then when it comes to that game, if you didn't have a requirement, all you're gonna do now is go talk to that dude again, and you're now gonna have a requirement. Now for me, I had the requirement of getting 5 rebounds and assists. That's kind of an easier requirement than others. I've seen ones that said you had to get 6 rebounds or you had to get 6 assists, and it wasn't rebounds and assists. So those are kind of better. So at certain other affiliations, that'll be like your second game. So say for instance, if that's your second game, then you are able to do the glitch. This is the point of the video where you're able to do the glitch. If you did it from my affiliation, you know what I'm saying, where it took me 3 games, you're able to do the glitch. But whenever it gives you the requirement of you have to do such and such an amount, like maybe you have to do 6 or maybe you have to do 5, this is where you can do the glitch. Now when you get into this game, all you're gonna do now is go for your badges. Now if your thing says assists, yeah, you can go for 5 assists, but just don't get 6. If your thing says rebounds, yeah, you can get 5 rebounds, just don't get 6. Whatever it says, don't accomplish that goal. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna get you less XP, it's not gonna get you less badge points. Just don't accomplish that goal and you'll be perfectly fine. You could even win the game. You can literally even win the game and you'll still be able to do it. Now, at the end of that game, you don't gotta close that app. You don't gotta do nothing. Just go ahead, get through the game. All you're gonna do is walk back over to the dude that you talked to. If you made sure that you didn't accomplish that goal, you'll be able to talk to him and you'll be able to replay that over and over and over, unlimited. You can just keep doing that, and it's the fastest redoing anything. Now it's not like last year where you could just close at reload, close at reload, close at reload. Yes, you're gonna have to keep replaying that game over and over, but the thing is, you're not having to close app, you're not having to load anything back up. All you're doing is going in the game, just making sure you're getting as much as possible for your build, just making sure also that you're not accomplishing the goal that they want you to do, and you're going back to talk to them, starting the game back up. It's literally that simple. And I can't make it up, bro. It's literally that simple. And you can get, like I was saying, you can get up to 20K every game doing this. Me, I was going for shooting, and shooting is literally the least XP you can get a game. So yeah, shooting is gonna probably be the hardest out of all this. Is probably gonna take the longest out of all this if you're going for shooting. But when it comes to playmaking, that's probably gonna be the easiest. Finishing is gonna be easy. Defense, you're gonna get a lot for defense. If you're a big man, you're gonna get a lot every single game doing this. So yeah, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, this is a crazy, in my opinion, it's the best badge glitch exploit in the game. And the funny part is, it's not really even a glitch, bro. It's literally something that 2K pretty much just threw in the game, I feel like, just to get badges. So yeah, and like I said, bro, maybe you want to go for playmaking, so maybe the assist per game is not the one for you. Like I said, there's 4 different sets of 5. You get one of these for every affiliation. I did it with the Northside Knights. You can do it with the West Side, with the West Wildcats or whatever they're called, the South Vipers. You can do it with any affiliation. And then after you do all 4 affiliations, there's even more. So yeah, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Bro. There's endless possibilities to how good you can really get the most out of this glitch. Now, another thing I say for the shooting, if you want to get the max shooting, one keynote I'll say, when you get to the point where you're able to do the 2v2, the 3v3, and the 4v4, there's a game on the 3v3 or the 2v2 where you can pretty much, the threes will count as 1 point. So you'll be able to get 21 threes in one game. So yeah, you'll be able to play that over and over, and it's very easy to lose that over and over. Now, it's going to be very hard to win that game because, yes, it's going to take you 21 shots to win that game if you're going for only 3s. And you're going to be going against Ben Simmons, who's literally going to be getting automatic 2s. And I believe the 2-pointers count as 3 points, by the way. So it's going to be way harder than the other stuff. But yeah, just know that pretty much you're going to be able to, that's going to be the easiest way to get shooting badges. Now, it's going to take the longest out of all the games because you're going to be shooting more, but if you're strictly worried about going for shooting, that is going to be the best game in these City Slam games that I would probably say for you. Nah, Kiko, I know Kiko. He cool people, bro.
I'm sending y'all
nigga chilling.
You see that nigga, bro? He got a bitch, bro. He ain't worried about us gay ass niggas.
Us? Gay? Us?
Bro, man, I can already tell what kind of niggas y'all are, bro. Y'all just like my niggas. My niggas be on
I'm not a nigga. I'm not a, hold on. I'm not a nigga.
Yeah, bro, I don't like that.
That shit cultural appropriation, nigga.
Bro, call me Kyrie. Don't call me a nigga.
Nah, bro, we got this one Dominican nigga in my group, bro. And that nigga be talking about when he shits, his asshole come out and shit. Bro, that nigga wild shit.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Alright, so when it comes to doing the glitch, now, this is not the main glitch. This is just what I would say is more of a glitch than the other one. The other one is better, but I feel like the other one is going to be able to be done on more builds. So I'm going to give you guys this one first because this is kind of the main glitch. So when it comes to doing this, you have to have the Chris Brickley gym stuff. So if you already done them, you can't do this part. Now, the reason why I say this one isn't as good is because you're not going to be able to get as much XP per game, but it's going to be pretty simple. All you got to do is pretty much off the rip, look at your quest. If you have the quest to do the Mamba mentality stuff, yes, if you have rebirth, you've already had the Mamba mentality, but you still got to be able to get those takeover perks. And there's 4 takeover perks you're going to be able to get from this. So if you haven't got those takeover perks, you can do this glitch. If you have, then just look at the other version. Alright, so let's hop into the glitch. So when it comes to doing this glitch, like I said, you're going to want to do it on pretty much a brand new build if you haven't done the Chris Brickley gym. So what you want to do is get to the point where you can actually do the Chris Brickley gym. You can do this in college, whether you go to the G League, whether you go to the NBA. If you did the rebirth, I would just say go to the NBA because, you know what I'm saying, you don't need the other stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. Now, when you get to the point where you can do the Chris Brickley gym, all you're going to do is now put that as your quest. You don't actually have to put it as your quest, but all you got to do is now go to the Chris Brickley gym. Now, what I do is, depending on where they load you, they probably gonna load you at your park. I just pretty much tap RB, or I think it's R1 on PlayStation, to just take me straight to my home, and it'll just put me as close as possible to the Chris Brickley gym. I ain't gonna lie, 2K, y'all need to put fast travel to like these specific quests so we don't have to run across the whole map, just so we can be able to be in one place and stuff like that. Alright, once you get to the Chris Brickley gym, all you're gonna do is just go inside the gym. Once you load into the gym, all you're gonna do now is just find Chris Brickley. He's gonna have a thing above his head. Just gonna press A on him. I just spam A until I get through the cutscene, all that, until the game is about to start. And then in these games, it's gonna be just a 3v3 type part game. It's gonna be on extremely easy difficulty. It's gonna be even easier difficulty than the My Player Nation games. And yeah, all you're gonna do is just play this game, try to get whatever badge you're trying to go for. Just try to go as crazy for that, get as much XP as possible in this game. These games are gonna be very fast and very easy. And then once the game is finally over, you're gonna start seeing the XP and badges and all that load up. As soon as you see the badges and XP finish loading up, all you're gonna do is go ahead, close app. That's all you're gonna do. Close app. It's that simple. You don't have to delete save data, none of that. All you gotta do is close app. It's literally that simple. And then once you load the game back up, all you're gonna do is click back on the player you was doing the glitch on. Alright, once your player loads back up, all you're gonna do is go right back to Chris Brickley gym, whether that's teleporting to your home and then walking to the door, or if wherever they teleported you, you can just go whatever you can ride and just go there. Now right here, if you want to check to see if the badge worked for you, depending on if you got a badge doing it the first time or an attribute doing it the first time, you can check that. But I promise you it worked. I'm gonna just say that I promise you it worked. All you're gonna do now to know if it worked for real, if it lets you walk back in, it worked. If it doesn't let you walk back in, then you did something wrong. But what it's gonna allow you to do now is just walk back in, and you can just keep replaying that game over and over. Now, one thing about this glitch, if you want to just go ahead and get all of these takeover perks, you would just have to play all 4 games. Now, the thing about this glitch is, the way it works is you're going to have to pretty much play a game, and once you play a game, you got to pretty much take a break and wait for them to hit you back up, and then, yeah, and so on and so on. But the reason why this glitch is so good is that you can just keep replaying these easy games and getting XP. Now, the thing about it, that I say this glitch is not as good as the next one I'm going to show you guys, is because of the fact that you get less XP. I mean, I was only going for shooting. Yeah, if you went for playmaking and finishing, you would get more, but I was only getting 4,500 to like 5,000. Yeah, you can get up to like 8,000 very easily if you go for playmaking, go for finishing, because those just get you more attribute points, more badge points, all that type of stuff. But with that being said, this just gets you less XP in general, pretty much half. But all in all, man, yeah, that's pretty much the glitch. Like I said, there's endless possibilities to that one. The first one, you can do it unlimited, yeah, but you don't get nearly as much XP. In my opinion, you're getting 5K to 8K a game. In this one, you're getting 10K to 20K, bro. Like, that's way more XP, bro. And I showed this one last because it's not really a glitch. It's more of an exploit, bro. It's something that's in the game that's very easy to do.